I would like us to look at what we call descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics, and the very important component that I would want us to look at is what we call the measures of what here? Measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. And the measures of central tendency, for the purpose of this particular session, I would want us to look at the mean. All right. 2, I would want us to look at how we calculate the mode. 3, I would want us to look at how we calculate the median. How we get to calculate the median. Those 3. So I will start with mean. And in context here, I would want us to look at what we call grouped data. Grouped data. So for us to be able to get the mean, first of all, mean, remember, we normally use this symbol of x bar. X bar. And to get x bar, we normally take summations of fx all over summation of f. Please write down this. It's important to take your notes. Summations of fx all over summations of what here? F. Summations of fx all over summations of f. Now, as you write this down, I would want us straight away to look at a question that was tested to these ATD students. It came in April 2024. April 2024. Question number 16. April 2024, question number 16. This one actually 15, whatever, 15. So let's first of all copy the table down. The table below shows the salaries and the employees of Katika Limited in March 2024. So then I have the salaries, I'm copying down the table. So the salaries that I have, ladies and gentlemen, here are 2030, 20 to 30, then we have 30 to 40, then we have 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, and then we have lastly 70 to 80, to 80. So if I'm the one doing this, because this is what we call grouped data, what I shall do very first, this grouped data, I know I need a representative number. To get the representative number here that I'm going to call X, I will basically look for the midpoints. And how do I get the midpoints? It's very easy. You take in this case here, by the way, I forgot to tell you that this is descriptive statistics. You get them in QA, quantitative analysis, and you get them in business mathematics, the one of ATD, QA and the business mathematics. Then how do we get in this case here, this midpoint? To get the midpoint, you will take the lower value plus the upper value, you divide by 2, simple average. So 20 plus 30, that's 50. 50 divided by 2, that is 25. Then 30 plus 40, 70. 70 divided by 2, that is 35. Now I'm able to see the pattern. This will be 45. This will be 55. This will be 65. Lastly, we have what we call 75. And then come here and create a column. You create a column where you capture the frequencies. Fortunately, the examiner has given us the frequencies. You can see here. The examiner has given us number of employees. So this number of employees, these are our frequencies. So go ahead and copy them down. Go ahead and copy this down. The frequencies, you're copying them down. You're copying them down. You're putting this down, frequency. You're putting the frequency down. This is very important in your exams. Very important in your exams. So we have here the frequency. So frequency, what do we have here? Frequency. So frequency, I can see right away frequency. We have a 4. We have a 4, 12, 20. So we have 4 here, 12, 20, 4, 12, 20, 4, 12, 20, 28, 9, 7. 28, 9 with a 7 like that. So now once I have those two columns, everything now becomes very easy. Everything becomes very easy. Why am I saying that? Remember what they've told us is to come and calculate the mean. The first requirement, if you look at the first requirement of this question, they want us to give them the mean salary, mean, X bar. mean salary, that is what here X bar. Mean salary, that's X bar. And you and I appreciate the fact that to get X bar, you simply take summation of frequencies times X divided by summation of frequency. You see, body mass tells us first of all to multiply Fx before we add. Body mass, if you remember body mass, we are supposed to come and multiply first before adding. So then create a column here where you capture Fx. Fx. So Fx, basically you are taking here 4 times 25 or 25 times 4, whichever. I mean, the order doesn't matter there. So the very first one, when I do the Fx multiplication, I'm getting here 100. From there we have 35. 35 times 12, which gives me 420. 420. From there we have 45 times 20, which gives me 900. This gives me 900. Then we have 55 times 28, which gives me 1540. 1540. Then we have 65 times 9, which gives me 585. 585. Then we have 75 times 7. I hope you guys are writing, and of course you have your own calculators. So 525. After you reach here, ladies and gentlemen, then you will be able to come and give us the summation of Fx, because they want you to sum here. So summation of Fx, you add all this. So we are adding now 525 plus 585 plus 1540 plus, we have 900 plus 420 plus, we have 100, which gives me, ladies and gentlemen, 4070, which gives me 4070. So I've taken care of the numerator. Once I take care of the numerator, now what I need to do is to come and take care of what here? The denominator, which simply wants me to add the number of employees, the sum of the frequency. So sum of the frequency, we're adding this downwards. So this will be 4 plus 12 plus 20 plus 28 plus 9 plus 7, which gives me 80, which gives me 80 like that, which gives me 80 like that, 80. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once I've been able to get the summation of Fx and I have the summation of F, really to get X bar, it will not be a tough thing. So summation of Fx, we have this. This is the summation of Fx here. And this is a summation of F. So mine is to take this number, I divide it with this number. So I'll talk of 4780, divide this by what here? By 80. 4070 divided by 80. Now remember, we have introduced ATD, QA classes, or rather CPA and ATD classes at the RCM Standard Bank House, which will be what here? They'll be handled during the day. They'll be held during the day. So if you would wish to join our day classes, if you're interested in physical, you know, there are students who like physical classes, you can come to RCM Standard Bank. It's called the RCM Standard Bank House, first floor. RCM Standard Bank House, first floor, you'll be able to get us there. And then, of course, the same classes will be relayed, like now I'm relaying this class to students all over the world using what here? Zoom, using Zoom. So if you wish, you can join either our online or our physical. If it's physical, you go to RCM Standard Bank House. Remember, there are many guys who are trying to call themselves RCM, so you have to be very, very categorical. You look for RCM Standard Bank House, Standard Bank House. For you to be able to join those classes, you simply need to call us. This is our number, 0793 555 000, 0793 555 000, and then of course we shall overcome together. So we have here for 4070, we divide this by 80, which gives me 50.875. That is the answer. That is the answer, 50.875. That is the mean. That is the mean. 50.875. This is the mean. And thank you very much. I can see now we are 10. That's very encouraging. And I hope you guys are calling still your friends. So what have we learned about the mean? What we've learned about the mean is that we must be good at remembering the formula. X bar equals summations of what here? Fx all over summation of F. Summation of F, I mean. Then don't forget, you can't. Somebody told me some time back that Mwalimu, to get this summation of Fx, then you take this summation of F, you multiply. No. It is first of all multiplication. It's Fx's. F times X first. And then you sum F times X, and then you sum all of them. So you're able to get the mean there as 50.875. The other thing that these guys want us to get, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are calling what here? It is what we are calling the mode. In our agenda, we also want to get the mode. in our agenda, we want to get the mode of these salaries, the model salary. They want us to give them the model salary. So then the question is, how do we get this model salary? How do we get this model salary? To be able to get the model salary, ladies and gentlemen, this is normally what we do. How do we get the mode? To get the mode, the formula you cram, it is L plus delta 1 all over delta 1 plus delta 2. And then, of course, multiplied by C. The numerator there multiplied by C. So you take L plus delta 1 times C all over delta 1 plus delta what here? Delta 2 like that. Now, the most important thing that you're supposed to remember is that mode, by definition, is that statistical value that occurs most frequently, whose frequency is the highest, whose frequency is the highest, whose frequency is the highest, whose frequency is the highest. So then if that is the case, here are our frequencies. With these frequencies, I'm able to see the highest one, which is this 28. So therefore, the model class is the one that corresponds to this. It means that 50, 60 is the one that has our mode. So this is the model. This is the model class. So the model class. So we have here the model class. The model class is 50 to 60. This one here, the one that corresponds to the highest. By definition, mode is the one that has the highest frequency. The highest frequency. So, ladies and gentlemen, once you get this, then you need to give us what we call class size. That is how you should remember this. What is the class size here? So go ahead and give us the class size, which is our C. Which is our C. How do we get this class size, ladies and gentlemen? To get the class size, we normally take the upper boundary minus lower boundary. Upper boundary minus lower boundary, like that. We normally take the upper boundary minus the lower boundary. For those students who have just joined us quite late, I'm going to post this video on my YouTube channel, and I'll call it descriptive statistics. I will call it mean, mode, median. So if you go to Joshua Aura today, immediately after this, Joshua Aura today on YouTube, you'll be able to find this video there. So if you came in a little bit late, don't you worry, you are sorted out. And also I'll be posting it on the school's LinkedIn account. Every student should be able to follow RCM LinkedIn account. On LinkedIn, we simply call ourselves, RCM College. RCM College. On LinkedIn, we simply call ourselves RCM College. You get to that LinkedIn, search for this RCM College, please follow. You'll get so many videos that you have done there. Which will be of help to you, great students of ours. All right. Now that we're getting, in this case, the class size. How do we get the class size? How big the class is? You take the upper boundary minus the lower boundary. Now here, I have to be very, very categorical. How do we get this, like now, upper boundary? You see, you've told me this is the model class. This 50, 60 is the model class. So this 60 is the upper value, but it may not be a boundary. To be able to get the boundary, once you have this upper value, to get the boundary, you must always do this diagonal. Downward. It's always downward here, this diagonal. It's called secondary diagonal. If you remember your matrices, secondary, it moves like this, secondary. So this secondary diagonal, you can see we have 60, and fortunately here we have 60. We have what we call continuous classes. There is no break. So you have continuous. So this secondary, so 60, 60. So the upper boundary, how do I get this UB? The upper boundary, I will take this 60 plus this 60, the other 60 here. I divide by 2, which will still give me 60. You know, most of these classes will be like 50 to 59, and then 60 to 69. So then I would have taken here 59 plus 60 divided by 2, I would have gotten 59.5. But fortunately here, our values are continuous. That's why we're getting exactly 60. So then that is the upper boundary. How about the lower boundary? How do we get the lower boundary? I can see it is here. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, that these diagonals can't move like the primary. The diagonals will always be parallel, and they will always move like the secondary. That's how we look at that diagonal to check the continuity. So the lower boundary will be 50 plus 50, then we divide by 2, which gives me what there? Which gives me 50, which gives me 50, which gives me 50. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once you've been able to give me this upper boundary and lower boundary, then I'm sorted out big time. Because now we'll be able to get my CS. I'll be able to get my CS. Therefore, my class size will be 60 minus 50. 60 minus 50, which gives me 10. Which gives me 10 like that. All right. Now, please listen. Listen. Then now we'll go to the deltas. These are called deltas. Deltas, the changes. So remember that this highest frequency is what we call F0. The highest frequency is what we call F0. The lowest frequency is what we call, not lowest, but the frequency of the class above. Frequency of the class, immediate class above, we call it F1. And the frequency of the class below, immediately below, we call it F2. We call it F2 like that. So the highest frequency is our frequency of reference, is our F0, our F0. The frequency of the class above, we call it F1. The frequency of the class below, we call it F2. Then please go ahead and give us the deltas. Go ahead and give us the deltas. We start with delta 1. We shall start with delta 1. We shall start with delta 1. We shall start with delta 1. So how do we get delta 1? Delta 1, this is very easy. To get delta 1, ladies and gentlemen, to get delta 1, ladies and gentlemen, to get delta 1, we have here FO minus F1. FO, you have given me a figure of 28. So 28 minus F1, which is 20. Minus F1, which is 20. So 28 minus 20, this gives me 8. And then we have delta 2. Delta 2 is FO minus F2. Delta 2 is FO minus F2. The same FO here, which is 20 what here, which is 28, minus, in this case here, F2, that is what here, that is 9. F2, that is 9. So what is 28 minus 9? 28, always rely on your calculators as accountants. We must always use our machines, however petty a figure may look like. So this gives me 19. Delta 2 is 19. Delta 2 is 19. Now from there, it will be about now substituting. So we will be able to get the mode here. The mode is the lower boundary. Fortunately, I have this lower boundary. I have this lower boundary. You can create the lower boundary here. We got the lower boundary for this model class. We got the lower boundary for this model class as 50. So this is 50 plus delta 1. Delta 1, you guys have given me a figure of 8. The class size, you guys gave me a figure of 10. All over the two deltas are added together. That is 8 plus 19. 8 plus 19. 8 plus 19. Ladies and gentlemen, how will this look like really? How will this look like really? How will this look like really? So in that case here, I will come and talk over, if I'm the one, you have to be very careful with body mass. So if I'm the one doing this, you have to be very careful with body mass. If I'm the one doing this, my mode will be equal to 50 plus 80 all over 8 plus 9. So we have here 8 plus 19 actually, 8 plus 19, which gives me 27. So then abracadabra, so I'll be able to talk of 50 plus 80 divided by 27, which gives me 52.96. So the correct answer here of mode is 52.96. The mode here, the correct answer is 52.96. So up to here, my friends, are we together? Are you able to confirm in the comment section? Are you able to confirm in the comment section whether you are together? Are we together? So I don't talk about this just alone. Are we really together? Are we able to follow? Are we able to follow? Are we together? Please go to the comment section. Tell me whether you guys are able to follow. Are we able to follow? Are we able to follow? Kindly give me a comment there. If you're not able to follow as well, don't shy away. Don't shy away, okay? So please repeat, then I'll be able to repeat. What about the other students? That's good feedback. You see, if I never asked, I would not have gotten that. The other students, I'm still waiting to hear from you. because I can see now we have a very good number. Don't forget that we're getting this free of charge class today from RCM Online College, the biggest CPA ATD college in East Africa. I mean, you're supporting so many students, especially for CPA. We are supporting so many students, and really would want now the same strength to cut across also to our ATD students. We want ATD students to be as many as we have in what year? In CPA. In CPA. And that's why we have now introduced the daytime classes. If you're interested to join our daytime classes, this is our number 0793 555 000. That's our number 0793 555 000. 0793 555 000. Chat with us on WhatsApp. Call us. Feel free. And we shall be able to strike a deal and they give you, in this case here, whatever good package that we have for you. Most importantly, we have, in this case here, you apply it at our hearts. Our aim is to ensure that you clear these things as a great ninja without repeating. Repeating is not normally the very best. Now, I know why Abdi wants me to repeat. Assuming, I would want to give you a simple example here. Assuming we had 40 to 49 here. Then we have 50 to 59. Then we have, in this case, here 60 to 69. Just bear with me. If, for example, you have got this kind of arrangement. You've got this kind of arrangement, right? And ladies and gentlemen, you happen to be having like frequencies. You happen to be having frequencies here. So this could be, say, 29. This could be 52. And this could be, for example, 20. And then now somebody comes and tells you, hey, calculate the mode of this distribution. Calculate the mode of this distribution. How will I do it? So first of all, I know that this will be F4, the frequency of the median, not median, but model. You know, model class is the one that has got the highest frequency. So among us, this frequency is the very highest, is this 52. And then the frequency of the class above, immediately above, we call this one F1, we call this one F2. The one below, immediately below, we call it F2. Now, once in this case here, you've been able to identify these, then go ahead and even calculate our deltas for us. Like delta 1, we know that delta 1 is F0 minus F1. So F0 is 52 minus F1, which is 29. So 52 minus 29, then I'll be able to get an answer here, 52 minus 29. I'll be able to get an answer here, 52 minus 29. This gives me 23. This gives me 23. And then now we have delta 2. Delta 2 is F0 minus F2. So F0, ladies and gentlemen, here, F0, ladies and gentlemen, here, F0, ladies and gentlemen, will always remain the same, 52, minus now F2, which is 20. So this gives me 30 what here? 32. This gives me 32. And then please let it not lost on us that this is what here? This is our model class. So this is our model class. And once you have gotten the model class, then it will be very important for you to give us what we call the class size. Please go ahead and give us the class size. You must go ahead and give us what we are calling the class size. Go ahead and give us the class size. Go ahead and give us the class size. So go ahead and give us the class size. Go ahead and give us the class size. How do we get class size? It is upper boundary minus lower boundary. Not upper value minus lower value, but upper boundary minus lower boundary. 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 So in this case here, then what is the upper boundary? I can see the upper value. Once I see this upper value, then to get the upper boundary, there is a concept of what here? The concept of this diagonal. There's the concept of this diagonal. The concept of this diagonal. So this diagonal, in matrix called secondary diagonal. So this diagonal here will be 59 plus 60. 59 plus 60, you divide by 2. So you take this number plus this other value, you divide by 2. So then this one will give me 59.5. And then we have the lower boundary. So the lower boundary, I'll derive it from the lower value of the model class. Lower value, but remember the secondary diagonal. Secondary diagonal. So the lower boundary will be 50 plus 49. Whatever we get, we divide by 2. So this will give me 49 point what here? It will give me 49.5. 49.5. And ladies and gentlemen, once I get this, I should be able to come here and give yourselves the class size, where the class size will be the upper boundary, which is 59.5, minus lower boundary, which is 49.5, which will give us 59.5 minus 49.5 is 10. This is 10. This is 10. And once I now get that, now I'm at home. I'm at home. So long as I remember the formula, the formula of getting the mode, so long as I remember the formula of getting the mode, then I will be sorted out. So long as I remember the formula of getting the mode, I will be sorted out. And I know that my mode will always be equal to L plus change 1, C, all over change 1, plus change 2, plus change 2. All right. So in this case here, the lower boundary already, I know it. The lower boundary, I know it. Lower boundary is 49.5. Lower boundary is 49.5 plus change 1. I've grabbed mine. I don't know whether you guys can give me this change 1. 52 minus, I can subtract very fast. 52 minus 29, that is giving me 23. 23 times class size. Class size, we got a figure of 10. All over change 1 again, which is 23, plus change 2. Change 2, you guys gave me this difference, which gave me 32. Therefore, this will be 49.5 plus who? This is 230 all over 23 plus 32, which gives me 55, which gives me 55. And once I have that, then to be able to get the final answer, it will be 49.5 plus 230 divided by 55, which then will be able to give me an answer of 53.68. 53.68. So I believe now, Abdi, having done even a different example, using the same format, makes now this thing even more easier to you, Abdi. Abdi, is that the case? Is that true? Are you okay now, Abdi? Abdi Hamidi? Are you now okay? Please confirm. Even if you want me to repeat 10 times, I'm normally a very patient major. I've taught over 23 years, and I'm very, very patient. I can repeat one thing 10 times until everybody's happy. So long as students are willing to talk to me. I've got no problem at all. Great. So now at least, as we come to the end of this session, all of us now, we can comfortably calculate the mean and the mode. So if you're an ATD student who would want to be put in our WhatsApp groups, we have various WhatsApp groups. Please, this one here is the number you call. You can WhatsApp this person, tell this person, hey, please add me to your WhatsApp groups. And we shall be happy to really do that. We shall be very happy to really do that. But most importantly is you registering with us. You only pay 4,800, and then we'll be able to take you right away through these papers here without failing. We are the only college in this case that can guarantee you a pass because of how serious we are, and of course the aspect that we shall be able to motivate you guys to work very hard. Otherwise, for now, I tend to sign off like this and wish you very well as you consider joining RCM College. Here, you connect, learn, and grow. You'll be surprised the growth you'll have. It'll only be not only be in terms of academia, but also in the other things, the other fields. We shall be able to show you, for example, like how do you automate financial systems of a company. It is the growth at RCM is real. Please call us today. It is 0793 555 000. Otherwise, I'm so sure most of you came in late. You may not be very happy that I'm ending it that soon. But you see, I'm going to have you now being in my class. If you'll be in my class, then you expect nothing but the very best. So for now, bye. Choose RCM. Sorry, Kelvin. Fortunately, I will be able to give you this video immediately after this. Thank you. Or you can even go to our YouTube, Joshua Aura, search for descriptive statistics, search for mean, mode. I'll be able to upload this like immediately. Thank you.